All right, we're back. Next market, colleges. There are approximately 4,000 colleges in the United States alone. 2-year colleges, community colleges, junior colleges, and 4-year institutions. Big market. And because of this, lots of competition in the college market. But it's a great market and it's worth getting into. It's my favorite market, so I am biased. But if you want to work in the college market, what you first have to understand is that there are different buyers. Like one college has more than one potential buyer, so you need to adapt a marketing strategy that goes after those different buyer positions. Your contact person in a college market, some colleges have what's called, they have different names for them, a student activities board or a campus activities board or a campus programming board, or sometimes, those are the most common ones, sometimes they even call them something different. So those are student organized and student run organizations whose sole purpose is to put on social programming for the college body, the student body. They get a budget, they pay a student activity fee. All the students at the college pay a student activity fee along with their tuition and stuff. It makes a budget, and that budget is used to put on social programming throughout the year. So you definitely want to be targeting those groups. Now, at some schools, they are under the umbrella of residential life, or what is called student life, or student leadership and programming. Colleges do a lot of different naming of the same things. So that's probably the tricky part, but once you get used to looking for it and knowing what to look for, you can sort of build a Rolodex or a mailing list of all the appropriate people. Now, the other catch that comes along with this is a challenge is the professional positions themselves. They have advisors, director of student activities, associate director of student activities, director of campus programming. Again, the titles vary from school to school. Over time, you learn to see the same titles and sort of get used to them. These positions, sometimes people inhabit them for a long time, but a fair amount of schools, it's a person who's in graduate school and working on a graduate degree, and they're trying to get experience in the student affairs world. They'll be in the position for 2 to 4 years, and then they move on, and you get a new person in. So one of the challenges of working in the college market is you develop leads, and you have to kind of keep redeveloping leads. You don't get a lot of people who are going to be a customer of yours for 10 or 20 years. There are some. I do have some schools that I've performed for over 10 years now. They're pretty rare because a lot of the people who inhabit those positions, again, they're doing it while they're working on a master's degree. And once they've got the experience they need and they complete their degree, they move on to the next level of their professional development. So you've got to be prepared for that. You've got to keep your lists, whether it's your call list, your email list, whatever it is, you've got to keep them up to date, and you've got to know how to look for those people and find them at the different schools. Price-wise, college events, stage hypnotism at colleges, books out for anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000. It's a pretty big swing. Depends on the size of the school and the size of their budget. I have done shows for schools that literally 40 students come to the show, and that's good for them because the school is so small. And their budget is so small, you have to flex the price accordingly. I have done shows for homecoming weekend at the University of Northern Iowa, and there are 1,600 people in a double-decker balcony performing arts center, huge audience. You know, there it's a special event. They've got a bigger budget. You can flex that price upward because you're performing for so many people. They're getting their value even out of the larger price. So many people are being entertained. So the market pricing is a little flexible in that way. It needs to be flexible on your part if you're going to get the work. You might see it as a pro or a con. Typically, it's considered a con. Extensive travel in the college market. If you really want to get into the college market, you're going to travel nationally. You're going to fly East Coast to West Coast and back. And the buying season changes according to their calendar. So in the college market, stage hypnotism shows are incredibly popular in the last 2 weeks of August and the first 2 weeks of September. Then it sort of tapers down for the rest of the fall semester. It goes completely dead in December and January. Then it starts up again in late January when they open up again for the spring semester and goes through the spring. So you have to get a sense, if you're going to work in that market, of how to manage your money so that you can stay with the activity dips and peaks and have money. But again, that's just something you get used to and you work accordingly, and you develop other revenue streams to fill in when that market goes quiet. And then finally, you've got to like college students. You got to like working with college students. I personally think they're the best people to work with in stage hypnotism. They're enthusiastic, they're fun, they're kind, they're genuinely curious about hypnotism and what it's like to be hypnotized. They are hands down my favorite people to work with. But I don't want to assume that everyone's going to have that experience. So quick recap, over 4,000 potential clients in terms of schools. Then within the schools, you have multiple contact people usually. So there's more than one opportunity to get work at a school. Orientation programs, student activities programs, student government associations, lots of different things at each college. Pricing is going to run somewhere between $1,000 and $4,000 per show for a 90-minute show on average. And if you're going to get into that market, you should be prepared to travel extensively to all the different colleges all over the country. You want to train with me? I can help you develop a plan for how to be successful in the college market. There's a lot more than what I said. That was the basic overview. There's a lot of different tactics to getting the work, getting in contact with people, and I can help you do that. So be in touch with me at BestHypnosisTraining.com and my Stage Hypnotist Training Program, and we can talk more about that. Thanks so much. I'm Paul Ramsey.